nothing in his pockets but knives and lint. Lint? Unacceptable. Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is, well, movie news today. Guys, there really isn't a whole lot. We've been going through a weird lull. Like I'm struggled to even find 6 decent things to talk about, but we'll start off today's show by talking about that Blade story that broke last night. Blade in the MCU has lost another director. It was expected for November 7th, 2025. But yes, apparently Yann Demange is lost. Well, he's bowing out. I don't know if he was fired or creative differences. You pick. Guys, doesn't really matter at this point as to why he's leaving. I'm sure they'll say some normal thing like, oh yeah, there were some scheduling conflicts maybe. I don't know. Blade, once again, is in search of a new talent behind the camera. Filmmaker Yann Demange has exited the long gestating project, and it was brought to my attention today that Blade this MCU version of Blade was announced back in like 2019, guys. That's like 5 years and you can't get a movie out. 6 years is when they say they want November 7th. And we've got people attached to this. We got Mia Goth, Delroy Lindo, Mahershala Ali attached. And I don't think this cast is going to remain. I think Mahershala Ali, I think it's going to be announced probably within the next month that Mahershala Ali is moving on to different stuff. Because, guys, as awesome as he's an awesome actor. Hands down. No doubt about that. But he's going to be like 51. So it's kind of like for 50, right? And it's going to be like, do you want a 50-year-old Blade to start your franchise? Mia Goth has got lots of other opportunities she can move on to. She was going to be like one of the villains, right? And Delroy Lindo was going to be the Whistler character. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. We've heard rumblings that Giancarlo Esposito is going to be showing up in Captain America Brave New World. And I think he's going to be... He seems like he could be taking over for the Whistler role. Because I think this is not happening, guys. I don't see this happening. When was this photograph taken? Yeah, 2019. Photo in 2019. See there in the bottom corner? 2019, Kevin Feige and Mahershala Ali were at Comic-Con and announced this 5 years ago. This is one of the problems with Hollywood right now, too. On top of the insane budgets for stuff, is that this kind of turnaround, this shouldn't happen, guys. I wish the MCU, and I wish all movie production houses would stop announcing projects until you've got the script locked and you've got the director behind the camera all set. And then you announce, okay, guys, we're making a Blade movie and it's going to be out next year. 2 years. That's a decent turnaround, right? No? Yes? Yeah, we can do that. Because a movie should be 2 years in a turnaround now. It should not be 3, 4, 5 years between sequels. I'm looking at you, Matt Reeves, The Batman 2. It shouldn't be that long. Anyway, what do you guys make of this? Is this a good sign? Can you spin this to be a good omen, perhaps? Well, maybe they're changing course now because they've got a better director that can come in and turn this around. I don't see this happening, guys. Blade was preparing to go into production fall of 2022. Then director Basim Tarek exited it over creative differences. Then sources say Ali handpicked Lovecraft Helmer Demange to direct, but months later it came out to major delays of the strike and everything. We know that story. And now this handpicked director for Mahershala Ali is out. So I'm guessing, guys, they've got to change course. They've got to switch things up here and to say, guys, we're going to go with a different team here. We're going to go with a 30-something Blade. Maybe a 29-year-old Blade or something like that. Somebody who's 20 years younger than Mahershala Ali. Like, it would have been cool. And you can maybe still work with Mahershala Ali, just not as the main character. Maybe have him be the bad guy or something. I don't know. But I find that this is very disappointing. It just, and it's hard to have this not add to that snowball of what people are perceiving the MCU to be. And that's a big train wreck. It's like, for God's sakes. Yeah. So that'll be splashed all over the pages. It broke last night. I was just shocked when I saw it. I was like, seriously, guys? I thought you had your momentum going. You got on a new writer, and now, frustrating. It's frustrating. And they'll say the same spiel. Oh, we're just trying to get it right. 5 years, and you can't get it right by then? By then, you can't get a movie right in 5 years? Something's wrong. And I call out the management at the MCU. I'm looking at you, Kevin Feige. I'm looking at you because you were the one there with Mahershala Ali when you announced it. It's showing that Feige's not as indestructible as we thought, right? Remember, in Feige we trust. Everybody would go down with the ship with him, right? But now it's kind of like the ship's going down, and he's like saying, "No, no, no, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry, everything will make sense at the end of Phase 4. Oh, don't worry, everything will make sense at the middle of Phase 5. Here we are. We still don't know what we're doing, and it's a shame. It's a shame because it would have been cool to see Mahershala Ali take this role on. I just don't see it happening. All right. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below and we'll talk about it. Jurassic World 4. Now that's a production that's getting underway. Jurassic World 4. Set to shoot in Thailand, Malta, and the UK. So this is the movie with Scarlett Johansson. That's cool in my books. Jurassic World 4 is set to make use of locations in Thailand, Malta, and the UK. Gareth Edwards directing. Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, Manuel Garcia Ruffalo, Mahershala Ali. We were just talking about him in Blade. Rupert Friend. Yeah, so he's moving on to other stuff, guys. I'm happy about this. With a script by David Koepp. Okay, it'll be a completely fresh take, launching a new Jurassic era, following 3 adults and 3 teens getting stuck on the island. The new film has been labeled as Jurassic World 4 and Jurassic City. Jurassic City, huh? Jurassic World 4. I'm just here for Scarlett Johansson, guys. That's maybe Luna Blaze. I don't know who this is. Do I know who Luna Blaze is? Manifest. Deltopia. Fresh off the boat. Not a whole lot here that I recognize. Music video, huh? Is she a singer of some kind? James, don't show your ignorance like that. Yes, she is a singer. Well, I'm sorry. I never heard of her. Kudos, though. Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali, Rupert Friend. Good cast. Jurassic City, huh? So, about a bunch of people that get stuck on the island. Okay, if we want to go back to that, well, that's fine. It's going to be starting shooting Malta, Thailand, and the UK. So they want some practical locations again. That's fine with me. Do you want to go back to raptors riding along with motorcycles, though? I don't know. Is there going to be some kind of mutated, like the Indoraptor or whatever it was called? Indominus Rex? Is there going to be anything like that? Are they going to continue on with that? I don't know. As details come out, we will talk about it. Next, Bob Odenkirk, Nobody 2. Filming start date reportedly revealed. And it's sooner than you expected. Well, Bob Odenkirk, he had that health scare a while ago, right? He had a cardiac episode. Nobody 2 is reported to start filming in August and wrap in October. Now see, and this movie is going to turn around really fast. Filming is expected in Manitoba, Canada, just like the first movie. If Nobody 2 wraps in October, it'll likely hit theaters in 2025. Yes, and it should. I still need to see it. I still need to do a watch along with you guys, perhaps. I do. Chris Schobert in live chat says, "Hey James, hey, how's it going?" So we're just talking about this. So if it starts shooting this fall, at least it didn't take 5 years to write the script for it, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to be using that as my punching bag for a while. Uh, the Blair Witch Project. Did you guys like that movie? I saw it in theaters. Kind of gave me motion sickness, as it did a lot of people. The Blair Witch Project actors call out reprehensible behavior after missing out on profits for decades. Don't do what we did. All right, what's this? Yeah, so apparently the three actors that appeared in it are crying foul because I guess there was something in their contracts that they should be getting like residual checks and stuff because of it getting played on either Netflix or Shudder or whatever, wherever it's playing. Like, you know how sometimes the movies go around and they should get royalty checks. Apparently, that's not what's happening. They, the studio, the creators kept just all of it, so they didn't get their chunk, and it could have been just the way that because it was such an indie project, it was kind of like, well, guys, we're just throwing this movie together, which it was, because the movie was made for like $20,000 or something. Like, it was really that low budget. Uh, and it was kind of like, hey, you guys are just young actors. We're signing on to this thing. And then they never expected it to blow up as big as it did. So, yeah, $35,000 budget. Sorry, $35,000 budget. Yeah. So William's boss kept asking him why he was still moving furniture in Westchester, when he was on the cover of Newsweek. So, yeah, my agent asked me what I was doing. Leonard says, I know what I haven't made any money. We're all struggling to pay rent. Well, did you study the craft after it, or what did you do? Did you go back acting? I don't know what you did. That's not on me. That's on you, right? No, you should always have a fallback, because of acting, being a full-time actor, guys, that's like hard for even the big, huge upper league people. Like, you're not going to be like Scarlett Johansson, where you can say, "Well, I don't feel like working for 8 months. Maybe I'll take on a project here at the end of the year." You can't. You're not like that. Most actors are not like that. Anyway, what's going on here? For months, the three endured indignities because they thought they had been given so much to the movie. Filmmaking 100 million at the domestic box office. Artisan sent each actor a fruit basket. Oh, that sucks. See, no, that sucks. Artisan, I would at least give them their share. Don't be that greedy. What's wrong with giving them a couple million each? Like, really, is it you're gonna? Yeah, see, that kind of greed I never understood. You invested 35,000 and you made 100 million back. I'm somebody who shares the wealth. That's just my philosophy. Um, I would say, okay, here's a million, but we're not going to give you residuals. Are you guys okay with that? Yeah, fine. Uh, that's when it became clear. Wow, we're not going to get anything. Donahue says we were being cut out of something that we were intimately involved with creating. Yeah, because the way that they filmed that movie is that the director and the actors would just go out in the woods and okay, guys, we're going to try to construct this narrative of you're going to have to move to this place, and we're going to have a bunch of things set up for you to go through, like camping at night and stuff, and we're going to set up like the weird rock formations around you and stuff, and then you just come out in the morning and you react to it, kind of stuff, and film it. Like, and then it was like a lot of it was improv from these three, right? So they were very much involved with it. So in the creative aspect, because it was only 35,000, they didn't probably have proper contracts stipulating, okay, if we're involved with this much, we should be getting this much for our services, kind of thing, right? So yeah, I side with them. It feels a little bit dirty. April 10th, Lion Gates acquired Artisan. Yeah, to re yeah. So this is an article that's been splashed up all over the place. As you can see, IndieWire, AV Club, Movie Web has it all. Don't do what we did. Yeah. So they're trying to warn other actors that are doing like smaller projects because greed greed is a well, as Qui-Gon Jinn said, it's a powerful ally and will corrupt you. So you don't want to be on the end where you get the short end of the stick for sure. My heart, I'm on their side for sure on this one. It sucks. Give them some kind of a nest egg. That's what I would say. Uh, do you really need to have another yacht? Like, seriously, I don't know. I always look down on the higher executives that do that kind of BS. Glass says nobody was a great movie. Looking forward to the direction they will take and head in the sequel. Yeah, Christopher, what good movies are on the gender today? Agenda today? Guess any interesting ones? Well, I'm toying around with the idea of forcing myself to go out to watch Inside Out 2. I'm not really keen on it. I don't, but like, there's nothing else coming out this weekend, and I got to get my movie fix. Glass says, I've never seen Blair Witch, not a fan of found footage genre. Very few have done it well. Chronicle did it well. Blair Witch, it was the shaky of the shakiest found footage stuff. A fruit basket, how nutritious, Glass says. Yeah. Space Cadet trailer 2024, Emma Roberts just dropped. Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that trailer. Maybe we could watch it towards the end. But yes, Inside Out 2 opens up today. 92% on the tomato meter, an hour and 35 minutes. It's for me, it just, guys, I'm in my 40s. Does it make sense for a 40-year-old man to go watch a kid's movie in the theater? Doesn't make sense. I'd rather watch something like, what is this? New Strange. Thanks this. A mysterious pandemic emerges. A squabbling couple in lockdown begin to act like children. What? Well, that definitely sounds a little bit more intriguing than Inside Out 2 for me. Oh, yes, X was going to get a limited release too, right? Hmm. Let's go over to the Landmark and see what's going on out there. Yeah, I was thinking about going to this 3 p.m. show. I don't know. I kind of want to watch Furiosa again before it leaves its run and get like a private viewing of Furiosa. That would be awesome. What else is going on out here? Theaters. Let's go over to Pergola Commons. Bad Boys. Hitman's still playing over there. Cool. Playing in Guelph. Road College. Fellowship of the Ring is extended edition. Is playing at 6 p.m. I can't do that because I got to be somewhere at 7 p.m. That's why I'd have to go to the 3 o'clock show. And then in Waterloo here, there's the 4:30 show. Be done by 6:10ish. Why isn't there any other movies coming out this day? Come on, give us something. What do we got here at the art house? Maybe. What do we got? The Great Escaper, Ezra. That's that Michael Caine picture, right? The Great Escaper. What's Ezra? Living with his father, Stan, struggles to co-parent his autistic son Ezra with his ex-wife Jenna when faced with difficulties decisioning decisions about their son's future. Max and Ezra set out on a cross-country road trip. That sounds a little bit... Oh, is that De Niro? Maybe I'll go see that. What time is that playing? 4:30, huh? 4:30. Let's take a look at the IMDb. Or no, let's take a look at the tomato meter. 67% by critics, 92% by the audience. An hour and 40 minutes. Maybe. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg's in it, huh? Yeah. Vera Farmiga's in it? Tony Goldwyn directs, huh? Vera? Why didn't you? You should have been putting her on the front page. I would have been into this. What's this? Let's go over to and take a look. Three months ago. Oh, so this is
no.
Hey, what are you doing?
Ezra, get in the car. I need to get him away from here.
I'm taking the car.
I'm making him a side pop.
Where's Vera?
All I ever wanted was just to protect our boy.
Rose Byrne.
Give your Uncle Nicky a hug, huh? Come here.
Hey, where
World. That kid is wrong.
There
That
she
kid
is.
is the one thing that I can't get wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm in love with Vera. No, I don't know. She's awesome though. Where are we? I was expecting a mock trailer of Ezra Miller. Okay. Road trip movie, huh? Rainn Wilson.
It's for that kid to pick up the ball and to take
So
it
the
rest
father
of
and
the way.
son go on a road trip, huh? Yeah, I might have to check that one out. Although it's kind of old. Chris Hopper says, I own all the Lord of the Rings remastered on Blu-ray. Good. It's going to turn on the fan here, guys. It's starting. Yeah, it's starting next week, guys. It's going to be, forecast is saying that it's going to be like plus 30. Full summer weather next week. All right. Let's get back into some movie news. Robert Pattinson, Smile filmmaker Parker Finn teamed for a remake of the 80s horror movie Possession. Guys, if you don't know who that Possession movie, Sam Neill and Isabella Adjani. Yes. Now, this movie's fairly revered by horror fans or genre fans because of how haunting it is. And if you don't know what it is, there's a scene in here where this is the famous movie where she just screams and freaks out in the subway line for like 6 minutes, just constantly screaming. And then like some weird ooze comes from her legs, and they try to copy it in that in the movie The First Omen. They blatantly say that oh yeah, this is supposed to be like from Possession, right? Because there's the from First Omen, and yeah, you can see some of the ooze coming out there. Guys, it was a really good movie. I don't know if they can remake a movie like that because it goes to some really freaky places with monsters, demons, and sexuality. The new take of the 1981 psychological supernatural horror. It's not really, though. Spoiler alert. The movie's more about infidelity and in like the perception of infidelity is demonic, right? Like some demon possessed you to go out and have relations with somebody, and that's the way that one of the actors perceives it to be, kind of thing. Um, so, as I said, Sam Neill and Isabel they did such a good job of like, um, is she's cheating on him and stuff like that, but does he deserve it? And it's a very toxic relationship that they're in, obviously. It was banned for a while, right? Somebody was saying that it was banned in the UK for the longest of times because of the sexual nature and demons that you see in it. Like, think of not the Mountains of Madness. What was it? In the Mouth of Madness. Yes, like that kind of demons, kind of stuff, right? Great performances. I don't know if you can recapture the magic of it though, because it is a cult classic for sure. Could Robert Pattinson then be taking over from Sam Neill in this? Is that what I'm guessing? From the director of Smile? Smile went to some pretty gritty places. Little CGI places, which is where it would probably have to go for some of those demons, right? Finn has quietly teamed with Robert Pattinson to remake Possession, the cult 1981 supernatural thriller. The project has engaged the town's attention with a bidding war among A24, Netflix, Paramount, Sony, and Warner Bros. The process is in its early stages, so there's a bidding war going on for this. Finn is attached to write the script, direct, and produce via his Bad Feeling banner. So he hasn't even wrote the script. Well, you would see. I don't know, because we just went through a remake that was not all that good with The Strangers Chapter 1. And it was said it was going to be a fresh new take on it, and it wasn't. And the thing is that Isabel did such a great job with this scene of her just like totally freaking out in this subway. It's iconic. Actresses study this, right? That's why it came up in The First Omen. It's because it's like, you look at how she did this, and it just goes on and in like one take. You're like, that's impressive. Can you recapture that? Yeah, you can. You can. But I don't know if a beat for beat remake is the way to go. It's got an interesting director attached. Robert Pattinson can go down to those dark places as we saw with the Batman. We'll see. Finn is also working on Smile 2 right now. That's in post-production. After shooting a couple of shorts made... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we know about that. Pattinson hasn't been on screen since the Batman and will return in Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17th, January 2025. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the Mickey 17, where he plays like clones on Mars or something, right? He's like a caretaker, a little bit like a variation of Moon. I don't know, man. That one, this project kind of like, it gives me pause because if it's done well, okay, fine. But if it's done really crappy, come on, guys. All right, guys, as I said, there really isn't that much in the realm of movie news. There really isn't. We're only 29 minutes in and I'm struggling. Mandalorian firing lawsuit, how Gina Carano's team and Disney are battling in court. Yeah, when this first all broke, I was on the side of Disney. Because the way that I read the situation was that nobody had renewed their contracts for Mandalorian Season 3. Nobody, not even Pedro Pascal. So the way that I read the situation was that they just were not going to renew her contract. That was it, because there were no contracts to be had. But now that time has passed and news has come out about the situation, it was very clear that she was kind of pushed out in not the nicest of ways. And when you actually sit down and think about some of the things that she said, yeah, it probably wasn't the best time to make loud like declarations about certain things, as like even Melissa Barrera learned on Scream 7. But, it is a free country. You're allowed to say what you want to say. And she didn't say anything that I felt was so egregious that it just deserved like a write-up, or like, sorry, please don't do that. I wish they sounds like they did. Anyway, it got messy. So she's taking them to court. And now I'm on side of Gina Carano. I'm on side of Gina Carano. So, because I was a big fan of hers, and I still am. And it's this whole situation has kind of derailed her career. She's not, because she's not in the position like Melissa Barrera was, where she had a couple of really good hits, like with Scream 5 and Scream 6, Abigail. Gina was building up. She was building up a nice resume of stuff, of kind of like, okay, guys, I'm developing my talent. And I was really excited for her career. And I was always hoping that they could mend the fences enough. But not if even if this lawsuit works out in her favor, she's never going to appear in Star Wars again. Which sucks. Because a lot of people like the Cara Dune character. A federal judge has signaled that Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney over her termination will be allowed to proceed as the court considers whether the First Amendment allows private companies to sever ties with employees who publicly clash with their values. Again, it's about the nuance, right? Were the contracts up or were they not, right? So, I'm not convinced there are no disputed facts, Judge Garnett responded. She pointed to allegations that Carano was terminated to deflect attention from Disney's contentious business decisions at the time, including the company's contract dispute with Scarlett Johansson. Oh yeah, and there was all that going on too. Remember, Scarlett Johansson sued them for putting Black Widow out on streaming when it should have been in theaters, and she was going to miss a cut of her percentages. And the Bob Chapek response was, well, what did the big company, blah, 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 blah. That. So I was like, no, I sided with Scarlett Johansson on that one, and I side with Gina Carano now on this one. Florida's parental rights education law. Yeah. So I'll keep my eye on this. We don't need to go through the whole proceedings or anything. I just hope it works out for her. I would hire her. I would just say, please, can we forego the entourage of, like, I don't, it's hard to tell with her. Because she does go with the crowd of, it's conspiracy, everything is rigged against us because we're not winning, kind of thing, right? She was involved with a production company that you guys know. I don't follow a certain media outlet because they're backed by that kind of production company with that far right extremism. I don't follow that site. You know that. So she made a movie for that company. That company is surrounded by people like that. So I don't think she rolls with people like that. I don't know. Anyways, getting into political stuff. I want her to be doing stuff that makes her happy. If acting is making her happy, find ways around it, I guess. Chris Ober says, I picked up Iron Claw with Zac Efron on Blu-ray DVD. Cool. That's a good movie, man. Imaginary on Blu-ray. I got Godzilla X Kong on Blu-ray because the steel version was $24.99 at Walmart. Yeah, I wanted to take a look at that. Let's just take a look at that. Godzilla X Kong Steelbook. What is it? Best Buy have it? Best Buy has it. I like the cover for it. We're here in Canada, it's $46. Oh, this is the 4K version though. I don't know if I'd pay $46 for it. It was a good movie though, and I do like that cover. It's the back. I don't see the difference. It's a difference. Great movie. I can barely cover the bills, let alone 1,400 of pre-orders. What? Now this you'd have to order online because I don't think they Best Buy doesn't have any movies anymore. At least the ones near me. Anyway, where are we at? Okay, let's talk about this one. This one's fun. Taylor Swift fans in Edinburgh concerts danced so hard, seismic activity was recorded. Now, I don't think it was on the level of like that Germany game that where you saw like the stadium shaking like this. That's scary, guys. Look up. Look up. Like, does that not give you concern? Like, this was like at a German soccer match or something like that. And I've seen Metallica concerts where the stage was bouncing like that, but that was more like down on the bleacher sections where they pull out the bleachers. Man, but yeah, that was also recorded in was it Oregon or Seattle? She played Seattle, I think, and people said there was seismic activity. Friday's 73,000 person Eras Tour crowd shook the earth. Wow. Wow. 70,000 people. I can't believe that. And they're going out. Guys, I would still pay top dollar to go see her. Swiftonomics report. What the heck is that? Whoever came up with the phrase "can't buy happiness" clearly wasn't a Swiftie. There's growing evidence that spending on experiences boosts happiness and well-being more so than purchasing physical items, especially if the experience is shared with friends, family, and loved ones. And going to see the Eras Tour, you're surrounded by 70,000 people that also like Taylor Swift. Unless you're one of the morons that spends $40 or $4,000 just to heckle her down in the front row. Because morons do that for some reason. Like the morons that go out and buy Adele concert tickets just to boo her. Why? It's like, and did you see that when when somebody was like, did somebody just boo me? You came to my concert to do that. It's like, seriously. Yeah, I don't understand people. But yeah, not like this. I had to pull this clip because this is crazy, right? That's wow. Like if you're down here, this is where I'd be like, okay, guys, we're stepping back out of this section from now on. Yeah. Have you ever seen the new Liam Neeson movie called Saint and Sinners? I think I have. I've seen a lot of Liam Neeson actioners. All right. So, as I said, don't have a whole lot more. Let's go over to the Reddit roundup. See if we got some good topics here. What was the best film you watched last week? Well, I watched 5 movies last week, guys. And it wasn't Under Paris. Hitman is up there. Not In a Violent Nature. In a Violent Nature was okay. Watchers was meh. Maybe it was Hitman. Bad Boys was okay. But I'll tell you, I think I had more fun with Hitman over Bad Boys. Bad Boys, yeah, Bad Boys, there it is, right there. Official discussion mega thread. Bad Boys, The Watchers in a Violent Nature. Artglass says Bad Boys Ride or Die was my last Wii. Yeah. Jurassic Ford is set to shoot in Thailand. Yeah, we know that. Sony Pictures buys Alamo Drafthouse. That's only in the States. Jan Damage no longer directing Blade. Yeah, we talked about that. What crappy movie resonated with you because you saw it at the right time? Let's pull up that one. What crappy movie, huh? What do they got here? Knocking on Heaven's Door? What is this? Thor Love and Thunder. Eesh. Hootie Tang? Without a Paddle. Crappy movie, huh? What's one that I was recently forgiving of that a lot of people didn't like? It's a tough one. TMNT Secret of the Ooze. Okay, well, if we're going back, yeah, there's ones that I always champion. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, no. Jaws 3, I always forgive. Battlefield Earth, really? I always say, for me, I know it's not liked by a lot of people, it's Final Fantasy. Actually, let me see if I got that movie. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Final Fantasy. Spirits Within. I don't know, because I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy, I suppose. When this came out, I thought it was awesome. I saw it like 5 times in the theater. Because and then people who went and saw it were like, "Ooh, what is that?" But it's got good voices acting, and this was like one of the first kids or CG movies that was not a kids movie, right? I still like this movie. I wish I got the Blu-ray, as you can see. I'd like the 4K version of that. I don't know. What do you guys got? You got any picks? What movies were that you just saw at the right time that are not considered good? Norbit, episode 1. Nah, a lot of people liked episode 1, and a lot of people now really like episode 1. Like, if you didn't know if there was backlash to it, a lot of people are like, they like the prequels. Thor 3, Garden State, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Highlander. What? How dare you? Highlander is so cheesy and over the top, has terrible acting by the lead, Christopher Lambert. What? No. No. Aaliyah had passed away when I watched Romeo Must Die, so packed a gut punch. Oh, I was talking about Aaliyah. Yeah, for me would be Queen of the Damned. I saw that one at the right time. A lot of people don't like Queen of the Damned. I like I liked it because Jonathan Davis did the music for it. What's up with this crappy 240p trailer? Let's see if I can find a better one. Now that's a movie that I would have on Blu-ray or 4K if I could, because I like the soundtrack to that, and I liked it mostly because it showed a lot of the relationship between Marius and Lestat. And it should have been more about Marius and Lestat leading up to Queen of the Damned, because she felt like she was only in there for like the last half of the movie. But I like this movie. Yeah, I like this one. There's Marius. And this was, yeah, talking about one of her last movies too. Like, I was so, like, because she puts on such a great performance in this one. It's creepy. And it's like a damn shame. Like, her celebrity death. That's one celebrity death too, where where it's like, you get angry thinking about it because it's It was a plane crash, right? It was that one? All right. Anything else here? Movies you misunderstood as a kid. There's lots like that, probably, right? Angels in the Outfield. The kid in foster care asks his dad when they'll be a family again, and the dad says, the way things are looking, I'd say when the Angels win the pennant. So the kid asks God to help the team win. I didn't understand that the dad would say they would never be a family again. Yeah, little things like that. Cloak and Dagger. This is an interesting one, right? Monster Squad. The kid with the Confederate hat throughout the entire movie. Everybody's like, that was weird, man. There's a scene in the Great Muppet Caper where Kermit and Charles Grodin are singing to Miss Piggy. Charles' voice is obviously not his. Later, as she is being arrested for theft, Charles has framed her for saying, she yells, "You think you were great? Your voice was dubbed." Great Muppet Caper. I need to go back and revisit those Muppet movies. Are they on Disney Plus? I like The Muppets Take Manhattan. I didn't know what they were saying as a kid, Keymaster and Gatekeeper, when they referred to it when it was Ghostbusters. I sure do now. Oh yeah, the Keymaster and Gatekeeper. Yeah, rubbing body parts together. What's one? Oh, you know what was good for me was Glory. Let me see if I can pull that one up. Yeah, Glory. I didn't understand that one when I was younger. Um, that one here with Matthew Broderick and about the colored regiment. The ending sequence. I thought they were just gonna. I thought they just went down in a blaze of glory. I thought that's what was going on, but it wasn't until I was much older that I realized, no, that's not what happened. He knew that there was going to be heavy casualties because they said that, but it was the scene before when he was talking with Denzel Washington saying, okay, well, when we're done this war, you guys get to go home and stuff. We don't. We have a lot of baggage carrying around and stuff. We're all dirty kind of thing. And it would be nice if we went out in a blaze of glory. So Shaw took this opportunity to ram he intentionally knew that they were not going to succeed. I didn't know that as a kid. But now when you watch it as you're older, it's fairly obvious that that's what he was doing, right? Which now makes it even more heartbreaking kind of thing. And this movie just stands the up to the time where it's kind of like, you're going to be able to watch this movie like 30 years from now and it's still going to hold that big emotional impact, right? Great movie. Glory. That's one that I misunderstood. Chris Over, did they just release a trailer for Anthony Hopkins? Did they? What else we got here? Robert Pattinson to produce Possession. Yeah, we know that. Instigators and Apple TV Plus. Tarzan. Paddington in Peru poster. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Is there an industry or film specific term to describe when actors' dialogue is added in post-production? Yeah. Particularly short quips or comments for comedic effect while their mouths aren't in frame. Yeah, lots like ADR. Is that what you're talking about? And in fact, In a Violent Nature just used this exact technique where it's kind of like, okay, we've got two people that you see on the horizon. We can hear them talking. We don't know. We're not close enough to see if their mouths are actually saying those words or not. In the Violent Nature is a very interesting film. I'm glad I watched it. I don't think I'd watch it again, but yeah, they use that kind of stuff. I decided I hate it, and I want to know to direct my feelings towards. Okay, so they don't like that. Check out Madame if you really want a good example of terrible ADR. Really obvious had to use Conor McGregor coherent to make Conor McGregor coherent in Roadhouse. It's still one of the most disturbing moments in 2024 movie history. Watching Conor McGregor bare ass strut around on screen while a building's blowing up behind him, kind of thing, right? Oh yeah, we had fun watching that movie though, didn't we? Yeah, we watched the Paddington in Peru trailer yesterday, Chris. ADR, yeah, okay. Greatest ending climax sequence of a film. I reckon they used a body double for McGregor. You think they did, Hourglass? Greatest ending climax sequence on film. Well, Return of the Jedi. You got the Death Star flight sequence. You got Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker. The explosion on Endor. Rear view, yeah. Disney's live action Moana casts Catherine Lagia as the lead role opposite Dwayne Johnson. Well, that was 20 hours ago, huh? So we got our live action Moana, the actress. So it's not the voice actor. I'll have to make a short about that. So I'll keep this out. The Imaginary. Looks very much like Studio Ghibli. Is that it? What Stephen King book could Frank Darabont adapt? I'd like to see somebody else take another crack at The Graveyard Shift with the big rat that lives underneath the graveyard. I think that one's ripe for a remake. That one would be cool. And the Langoliers. Give that to Darabont because he's good at mystery and building up tension. The Langoliers it's all about mystery, figuring out what happened. We fell asleep and now everybody on the plane is dead or gone, vanished, right? Super violent superhero movies. Kick-Ass, The Super. Kick-Ass was very violent, wasn't it? Watchmen, yeah, Watchmen was kind of violent. Deadpool, Dread. Somebody's got those picks. I'm watching every Spielberg movie in chronological order and ranking them. So far, I've watched 20 movies. Here's my review. Okay, well, good for you. Number one is Schindler's List. Chronologically, okay. When they appear in history, how do you date some of them? So, like the futuristic ones, like AI and Minority Report, will be like the last ones that he'll watch then, right? It's an interesting take. Which Bond film had the most bonkers plot? Well, it's hard to say Moonraker, not to say Moonraker, right? Moonraker? Bonkers plot. They're saying Goldfinger. But after watching Thunderball, I'd give it the prize. The plot hinges on two unbelievable events. Die Another Day. Is that the one where he's surfing on the glacier? Is that one? Yeah, that one was pretty ridiculous too. But you know what? I like several of the Pierce Brosnan ones. I liked GoldenEye. A lot of people like GoldenEye. I liked The World Is Not Enough. Robert Carlyle. Was that the one with Christopher or Christmas Jones or whatever? Is that one? I don't know. What happened to the obscure sports comedy movies? Zazie Beetz to star Machete's Nocturna, first film they will kill for you. Or Skydance. All right. I think we pretty much got on the bottom of the well here for Reddit. Let's go and round this out for the day. 57 minutes. Twitterverse. Kinds of kindness. Bond's world is great to escape to. Look forward to the new upcoming crowning. Yeah, when we need to get back to Bond being Bond. I don't know, it's not right for today's generation. Like they won't understand the womanizer, alcoholic kind of per guy. Like they tried to address some of those issues with the Daniel Craig version, and they got too far away from him feeling like Bond, right? Make it audacious. Yes, there's boats. Like one of my favorite scenes in uh, one of my favorite scenes in all time of Bond is the boat sequences in Live or Let Die, right? Like that, it's silly. Uh, when they ruin a wedding. Yeah, I'll get sucked into watching this if I. Oh, did I turn over the audio? Yeah, like why can't we have like this kind of Bond around, right? Like practical stunt work. It was good. Yeah, with good practical explosions. Bond. I want to see the scene where they. Did I miss the part where they ruin the wedding? Yeah, no, a good score. And J.W. Pepper, is that who it is? T.W. Pepper, the sheriff, who's got a big gob of tobacco in his mouth. J.W. Pepper. Is that his name? I want to see the one where they mess up the wedding. Anyway, talking about ridiculous stuff. Shakira was impressed and inspired by the Challengers trailer. Okay, this is a really good trailer. I usually think they're the worst. They completely turned me off. I don't want to see any movies after the trailer. I'm like, okay, I get it now. I know what the whole movie is about, but this trailer is so good, it let me think. It left me thinking this is how we have to promote my tour, just like the trailer. This is good marketing. Really? Guys, there's lots of good trailers out there. In fact, I had compiled. I've started to compile uh, some of my playlists. I started to put together some of my favorite trailers in a playlist. See if I can find what I've got here. Let's see. Of course, it doesn't let me Doesn't let me, best movie trailers ever. Mirror Domains. Who do I got here? I got the Joker trailer, Dark Knight trailer, 10 Cloverfield Lane is a great trailer. Terminator 2 teaser. Everybody remembers this one, right? For years I searched for this one, where Arnold gets pressed in that machine, right? This is awesome. Right? That's a good teaser. Yeah. Cool teaser. There's lots of teasers, Shakira. You just have to talk to somebody who likes movies like me. And you can marry me too if you want. Episode 3 trailer is great. Yeah, I need to work on this list more. What good movie trailers am I missing here? That first Joker trailer, that sold a lot of people, man. It really did, and it was a good trailer. Yeah, you got goosebumps at that part. It was awesome. Like, that's a good trailer. What are you talking about? Challengers trailer, huh? You thought the Challengers, and which Challengers trailer? Like, yeah, there's the official trailer 2, final trailer, the official one. I didn't hate Challengers.
Foundation. You were incredible today.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't even like tennis. It was an entirely different game.
Yeah. No, I don't say that Challengers is a good trailer, and I'll say it because of this. They put this in the trailer, trying to sell you that this was going to be the focus of the movie, and it's not. It's very deceptive. So is that what you want from your promotional tour, Shakira? You want to be deceptive? You want to sell something to people that's not really in the movie? I don't know. I don't like that. Victoria Monet has recorded a brand new original song, The Power of Two. Releasing tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a hit. A lot of people didn't like the witch chant that we saw in episode 3. A lot of people didn't like it. Big Boys, Outer Banks, Jacob Anderson, Interview with a Vampire Season 2, Somebody Gets Burned, Elite, The Acolyte, Charlie Bennett. No, if I were Star Wars, I would cut every promotional piece of marketing from this guy, because this is the guy that said Anakin blew up the Death Star. He's an actor, right? He didn't do his homework. I'm sure he's going to live it down for the rest of his career. This is a good round table. Anthony Mackie, Ricky Martin. Yeah, the witch chant was a bit off script, felt improvised, and accidentally left off in the final edit. Shiva Baby. Emilia Clarke. Arcalisi. My Queen. Yes, I would bend the knee. Damn you, Jon Snow. Did you have to kill her? Did you have to? Yeah, she went a little bit mad, but whatever. She killed a whole bunch of innocent people. Yeah, we all go mad a little bit at a time, right? Whatever. Total spies. Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close on the set of Knives Out 3. Looks like they had a funeral or something. Why is everybody in black? Murder was afoot, maybe, James. Production to begin on Jurassic World. Scarlett Johansson, yeah, we know that. Bridgerton Season 3. 28 years later will be set in Newcastle. Jodie Comer says she has been watching clips of Cheryl on the X Factor with her dialect coach to perfect the accent. Jodie Comer's going to be in this. Okay, cool. Yeah, Chris, I don't think there's going to be an Acolyte season 2. Not the way that I know that the Star Wars marketing machine is trying to spin the reception to the Acolyte, and it seems like the consensus out there is that it's the same from everybody. It's not the best writing, and I understand that sometimes some shows take a little while to find its footing, but this I don't think was ever envisioned to have like the Acolyte season 6 or 7 or anything like that, right? The critics say it's 85%, but the audience is like 20%. And I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with what Chris Gore said recently on his channel, Film Threat, where it's kind of like they're trying to cater to an audience that's small, and they're not being inclusive to the rest of the Star Wars fandom. They're just assuming that the rest of the Star Wars fandom is going to go along with this. And this was billed as a Sith side, dark side story, and it's not. It's about the witches. And I've been fairly lenient on it, but I totally recognize all the arguments that it's not a well-written show. And I like that call that you had there, Arglass, in the comment section, that it felt like a stage production. Yeah, I think I'm going to maybe use that in one of my analyses, because that whole chanting sequence, it almost felt like, okay, it's being filmed, but it felt like we were watching the rehearsals of it. It didn't feel like we were watching it as a natural progression of, oh, we're watching these witches out on this distant planet in a far galaxy far, far away, and we're happening to see this happening, right? It didn't feel like that. It felt like there was a bunch of actors on the set rehearsing. And it sucks because this episode introduced such an interesting idea of like the Jedi coming to take children, or test children for ascension to the Order, and then how other Force users are addressed. But once I started to listen to the criticisms of how did the fire start, who started it, really, that one little book sent up everybody, none of these sisters could get away. Yeah, so we've got a bit of ways to go. Episode 4, halfway through the season. They need to show us who this character is next in episode 4, because if we're halfway through the season and we still don't know who the main bad guy is or what their agenda is, other than wiping out the 4 main characters, why did this have to be called Star Wars is what I would have to say. Just make this story and don't call it Star Wars, and have it still be sci-fi kind of stuff. Because the sisters, the witches easily could have been like in the Dune universe, the Bene Gesserit. It could have been like in a totally different scenario. It could have been a samurai story, maybe. Right? I don't know. I don't expect it to turn around, and I don't expect it to. I hope for the love of God it doesn't end with a cliffhanger. What did they spent? The 180 million they spent on that. Ridiculous. Jodie Comer. We're going to see her in the Bike Riders next week, guys. Idris Elba, Rebecca Ferguson are in talks to star in Catherine Bigelow's next film at Netflix. It'll be set at the White House as a national crisis unfolds. Well, you can't get much better talent than Idris Elba and the sensational Rebecca Ferguson. You watch some of her interviews and stuff. She's a firecracker. She's awesome. She just says the weirdest things that I find are awesome. She's a bit like Jennifer Lawrence in that aspect. Not as quite as obscure as like an Aubrey Plaza. Like if you watch some of Aubrey Plaza's interviews and stuff, she's not quite like that. But yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, they should have kept Rebecca in Mission Impossible. Did you guys, Arglass, did you hear why though? She said why. Because the way that they film Mission Impossible, because they come up with these action sequences and then try to construct the story around that. And then it's kind of like, well, the rest of the actors and people have to sit on their hands while Tom and the creative team try to create a story around these big action sequences. And for her, it was a cool experience for the couple of times she worked on it, but she was like, it takes too much time and she wants to work on other projects. She wants to do Silo season 2 and stuff like that. She's a good actress. She is. I always look forward to her works. But yeah, it would have been cool if they kept her. First out of 3 episodes of The Boy. Aaron Taylor Johnson's birthday. Tell us your favorite performance from the actor. Aaron Taylor Johnson, best performance, huh? Yeah, so her bridge fight scene was her swan song. Yeah. Best performance by Aaron Taylor Johnson. I know I'm not. I'm missing one. I want to say off the cuff. I want to say Bullet Train, but I know that he's done more serious dramatic work. Quicksilver-esque and his Kick-Ass, Arglass says. Yeah, he was pretty silly in The Fall Guy too. I'm looking forward to him in Nosferatu, and he's going to be in that 28 Years Later. He had a small role in The King's Man, right? The Wall, Godzilla, no. Anna Karenina, Savages, Kick-Ass. Yeah, maybe it was Kick-Ass. Yeah, maybe Kick-Ass is my favorite. Bullet Train was good. Fall Guy, he's just funny. And you know, I won't be upset if he's our next James Bond. I won't. You could do a lot worse. Tell us your favorite movie soundtrack. Obviously, for me, guys, it's Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Greg gave us the Imperial March, Han and Leia theme, the Yoda theme. Yeah. Josh O'Connor as a priest in Knives Out 3. Okay, he's playing a priest. Maya Hawke for Inside Out 2. Should I go see that movie in 3 hours, guys? I don't know. I didn't even know Aaron was English when he was in Kick-Ass, so he nailed the accent. Yes, Arglass, he did. And the President Snow's character from Mockingjay. What? James, I have a question about the new Hunger Games Sunrise Reaper movie for 2026. Do you think that we will get Cadet's character from Hunger Games Mockingjay? No, it's a prequel, Chris. It's a prequel about the time when Woody Harrelson's character won. It tells the events of that. And the President Snow character from Mockingjay. Do you think Cardinals will return in Mockingjay? No, I don't think so. It's about Haymitch. Okay, so there we are from where I was last night. Jude Law reveals he once turned down the role of Superman and just felt off. Really? Jude Law's Superman. Yeah, I don't think that would have fit. Good actor. Robert Pattinson is going to be producing Possession. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe he's not acting in it. Hollywood Reporter saying he's only producing it as of now. He may not act in it. He has the ability to act in it for sure. He's got the depth. And I was very critical of Pattinson for the longest of times. But he's won me over with the Batman. Anyway, it follows a codependent group. What's this? Rachel Sennott on the cast of HBO series. House of the Dragon release schedule. Okay, so, guys, tomorrow I'm working. Sunday, Monday I'm working. So there's going to be no show tomorrow. And there will be a show on Saturday. But we will be live Sunday night to watch episode 1 of House of the Dragon season 2. And then, yeah, so every Sunday we'll do that. Every Sunday night we'll do that. We were at times waiting for Monday mornings, but because of my work schedules, it's just easier to do it this way. Yeah. We're going to have to figure out some kind of for episode 4, we're going to have to delay that one because I'll be in the Yukon Territory that Sunday. So it won't be there for episode 4. But when I come back on the 18th, on the 19th, we'll catch up. We'll catch it up for it. I'll just be late for that one. All the way to August 4th. I got to get Crave all the way to August 4th. I think I might get Crave with the version with with ads, because Crave here in Canada is like $22. If I get the version with ads, it's $12. So we might have to watch the versions where we'll have to wait about halfway through each episode for the trailer, for the ads to go through. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get through it. I'm really looking forward to it. I have to go with the Braveheart soundtrack, Artglass says, and Gladiator. Yeah, Gladiator had a good soundtrack too. Chris Schober, what time will you be live on Sunday? Well, if everything goes to plan, like we can get on to we haven't had that issue in a while. Like it wasn't like Mandalorian season 2 was awful, right? Remember that I was like sitting here. Okay, guys, for some reason Disney Plus isn't opening. It's not loading because the servers are overloaded. It may be like that for House of the Dragon. I don't think so. It wasn't like that for the season 1, was it? No. So we'll watch that. All right. Next. Is this going to be our thumbnail? I think it is. Like, our little, our banner. I think that's going to be our banner, guys. Hannah Dodd and Victor Ali. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes has made over 150 million at the domestic box office, 360 worldwide. Good. Let's pull up those numbers. Because it had a $165 million budget, I think, at the end of the day. So yeah, it's in the profit now, for sure. It's making profit, and it deserves it because it was a really good movie. Catherine Lagayaya. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to pronounce that. Let's see if we can do that now. You know, how's this guy pronounce his last name? See how this guy pronounces his last name.
I'm Jalen Ayer, and I have been working as
The Gaia? Hold on. How do you pronounce that?
I'm Jalen Ayer, and I have been working.
Ayaya? He doesn't even sound like he pronounced the L or the G, right? I'm going to mispronounce it and people will come at me anyway, so.
Ayer, and I have
The Aya.
Jalen Ayer, and I have been
The Aya.
Ayer, and I have been working as an Ayer. And hi guys, I'm Jalen Ayer, and I have been working as.
I'm Jay La Aya. Okay. So I'm guessing that's the way that she pronounced her, Catherine La Aya. I didn't hear a good G sound. Do it double week after you come back. Arglass says, yeah, maybe. Oh, cool, Chris. You should totally do that. Yeah, the Terminator movies are fun. Blair Witch cast, we talked about they barely made any money from the film's success. They got a fruit basket. They were barred and discouraged from booking roles to maintain the illusion they were real people. When the film made $100 million, they were only sent fruit baskets. Yeah, we talked about that. All right. Anyone but you, Sydney Sweeney. Glenn Powell. I missed that one. I'm really kicking myself that I missed this one because it was playing for the longest of times, and I was like, I'll watch it next week. And then it came in next week, went, and I never went out to see it. And I'm a big fan of Sydney Sweeney, and I'm a fan of Glenn Powell. This is my number one on my must-see list, my catch-up list. James, I have another question. Do you do live on TikTok? No, I don't, because you need like 1,000. Don't you need 1,000 followers on TikTok to go live? Let's see. And I'm not really, like, I really want to focus more on Instagram. It says I'm allowed to do 60-minute videos. So yeah, I don't know. You must be 18 years or older to go live. Okay. You must have 1,000 followers to go live. May vary across regions. Well, as you saw from my feed, I didn't have access to it. And I don't really, like, that's why I haven't really focused on Facebook or TikTok doing the live stuff anymore. It's because I want to build my audience on YouTube, right? All right. I think that's it. We managed to squeeze out an extra 24 minutes. That's good. Oppenheimer will be on Prime June 18th. 5 more days. Chloe Zhao's Hamnet begins filming next month. Jesse Buckley. Paul Mescal. I don't think I've ever saw that picture of Jesse Buckley. Give that the heart. Well, remember, on X now, all of your likes are private. Well, whatever. Fantastic Four begins filming next month. Are you guys excited? Not really. I'm not. I'm sorry. I won't be excited until I see the tone that they're going for, and if the tone, like we know that they're going for that 60s dated look. The cast is good, but I don't know if it's going to be like that Love and Thunder kind of tone, or if it's going to be more like Iron Man tone. I don't know. All right, guys. Pretty sure that's all we got. We got no more trailers to watch. All right. Let's just see what's... Those About to Die, the Peacock movie, and Space Cadet. That's right. I'll be excited for when I see a trailer for Fantastic Four. Hourglass says, yeah. Oh, this is a Peacock movie?
Life is of little value in Rome.
Oh, is this for a TV show? Gladiators? I don't know. What is this a series? Peacock original movie, new series. Okay, so that's that Anthony Hopkins one that Chris was talking about. I don't really like to do series reactions. Is Space Cadet also a series? I do like Emma Roberts. It's on Prime.
You're clear for takeoff.
Punch it, Flamingo.
Is this thing hard to land or what?
Space Cadets. Wasn't there? Yeah, there was a movie in the 80s or something called Space Camp, wasn't there? Yeah, she took time off because she had a kid, right? She started a family. So is this sort of like The Simpsons?
Mancini, Captain, Jack.
Violet Marie Vislavsky.
We have a special name for astronaut candidates, ASCANs.
Is this kind of like they're trying to use the common day person to become space cadets kind of thing? Like the Simpsons episode where Homer and Barney were the everyday man going into space?
Not with my tax dollars.
Kind of like a variation on that.
Are we sure Dr. Simpson belongs here?
We need unconventional candidates. She built a series of gates to protect the manatees.
It does seem like that, right?
When we were kids, you and...
All right.
My resume being made up. It said it wasn't made up.
Get your ass back home before you hurt somebody.
I was born to do this. Once you let your dreams
Looks like it could be sort of fun, maybe.
you can just shove them back in.
73, you're clear for takeoff.
Punch it, Flamingo.
Yeah, that's where we came in. Interesting. All right, so that is it for today, guys. I think I will do a few more shorts later on. We'll see. And then if I go see Inside Out, I'll do a straight out of the theater reaction. If I do, I'm still on the fence, and it may be even right up till 2:40 or like 20 minutes before the show starts that I'll be like, okay, I guess I'll go see it. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe I'll just sit here and veg out. See you guys next time, right here on Mirror Domains.